Hi everyone, this is Leonard Smith from Sense Memory, and I do need to apologize because I've been away for a while, but my iPhone broke and it was in the shop for a couple of weeks and then Christmas shopping and all that stuff, and a lot of stuff been going on. So I do apologize for being away for a while, but stay tuned. We are going to be discussing a really beautiful, amazing fragrance that I've wanted for a long time and I got for my birthday. So stay tuned. As you may recall, a while back I got a vintage bottle of the beautiful Yves Saint Laurent Opium from the 1990s from that wonderful perfume shop in San Francisco called Jacqueline, which closed, which is now just an online presence. But I did an unboxing and I talked a little bit about it, and I still owe you a review, a full review on this amazing, wonderful fragrance. Gorgeous, beautiful Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. But I've always been fascinated by opium ever since it first came out, and it had those wonderful commercials of that gorgeous model discovering she was out of opium and having to go through really bad part of Chinatown or someplace in the Far East, some Asian city, looking for her fix of opium. It was quite a controversial commercial at the time, and probably still is today, but it certainly telegraphed to the audience that was watching it just how hypnotic, how addictive, how attractive and ethereal and even romantic this great perfume was and is. So I've always been fascinated, as I said, by opium, and I've been interested in the different flankers. The newer ones I don't care for. Most of them are much, much too sugary sweet, too teenage for my taste. But I've been fascinated for the longest time for this one, which I got for my birthday from my very best friend a few weeks ago. And this is Opium pour Homme. And there you can see the bottle. It is simply beautiful. It looks like a bamboo with the lines around it like bamboo has, and it's a really gorgeous bottle. And this was created by a great nose who's known for creating for Bulgari and for Yves Saint Laurent and for Cartier, and he just did all of the fragrances for the new fragrances for Louis Vuitton. And his name is Jacques Cavalier. Now, this fragrance is an Oriental spicy. They're both Orientals, which means that there's a little vanilla or a lot of vanilla in it, in both of them, and that gives it that Oriental signature. And the difference between this one and this one is a powdery aspect. And you would think that the ladies would be powdery, but no, there's powder in the men's fragrance. It's balsamic, it's vanillic, it is powdery, it is spicy. Those are the main accords of this fragrance. And I have to tell you that it is not a disappointment at all. The top notes of Opium pour Homme are blackcurrant and star anise. I don't get much of a blackcurrant, and the star anise is there, but what happens is right off the bat, this galanga note comes up. Now, galanga is related to ginger, and you get this very gingery, very spicy explosion, and it just kind of envelops the whole aspect of this fragrance and gives it an Orientalism, if you will, an exotic spiciness, and then there's pepper all over that. So it's peppery and gingery and a little bit of that licorice underneath, and it is just amazing. Now, the base notes are Tulum balsam, cedar, and vanilla. And the vanilla, of course, is what gives it that signature of an Oriental, and it's Oriental spicy all the way. I have no idea what the original fragrance smelled like. I'd never smelled it, or that I can remember. And it was launched in 1995. And in those days I was working at Macy's, and I'd probably walk by it every day walking into the store through the fragrance department, and just didn't pay attention to it because I was, hooked on Chanel Pour Monsieur. But what I want to say about this is that, having not smelled the original, this is so incredibly beautiful, so unusual, so different from what is on the market today for that most men are buying. It has cojones. It really does. It just grabs you and wraps you up in it and takes you on a journey, an incredible journey. So it is definitely one of my top fragrances. I just really am so in love with this. I'm so thankful my best friend got this for me for my birthday. And it is something that probably would not go well at work, but it's definitely a nighttime fragrance, a romantic fragrance for a date or just going out in the evening. It will really set you apart from what everyone else is wearing. That is definitely what's going to happen with this fragrance. Definitely a winter or fall fragrance. I would only wear this in the summer if it were, well, I just don't think I'd wear it in the summer. And usually I wear fragrances all year round, but definitely this is something sophisticated, beyond the norm, and a really magnificent classic fragrance. This is Lanier Smith from Sense Memory saying, remember, wear what you love and not what they say you should like. Cheers. One more thing. I do want to say that one of my followers, whom I can't remember who it was at the moment, but I'm sure she'll remind me when I say this, asked me to do a review of Ciara, and I got a little bottle of Ciara. Ciara's from the 70s or the 80s, probably late 70s, early 80s, and I'll have to do some research on that, but I did get this, and that review is coming, so don't worry, I didn't forget you. Cheers.